There's the Lister Coupe, its aerodynamic roof. Green flag waves, and John Felix, our race director, will drop the Union flag out of the blocks. Bolted the Ferrari so quickly from the middle. The LM hasn't got away very well, I'm afraid, but it is Jean Alesi in the Ferraris as at the inside, and following through is David Hart at the wheels of number 4, AC Cobra, and Hart looking for the inside. He's got ahead of Ludovic Caron. And it is Alesi, Hart, Caron, another Cobra up behind him, and down the inside comes Caron, looks back, and it's in fact the Lister that's in 4th place, and right behind him the Lister Tiger of Rob Huff sailing down the inside of the Lister Jaguar Coupe towards the kink, but it is the Ferrari ahead as they reach you, Bruce.
It is indeed, but only by 2 car lengths from David Hart. What a start from 5th place on the grid. Ludovic Caron hanging on in 3rd. Chris Harris in 4th, and poleman Graham Bryant down in about 8th. You can see the red and gold Cobra number 1 losing ground. It was slow away, but Jean Alesi off the line like a rocket. But David Hart has taken something for lunch. Look at him going alongside, trying to get past the number 29 Ferrari, and doing so. So number 4 AC Cobra into the lead. What a fantastic start.
So here's the start. You see that Graham Bryant left on the line.
Good avoidance of the LM Ferrari in the middle of the grid. Killian Koenig must have been very scared sitting there going nowhere. Well, can I just touch on the fact I thought David Hart was escaping? Nothing of the sort. Almost identical gap this time around. He's on the 3rd lap. Oh, going wide was Ludovic Caron. He's gone from 3rd place down to 5th at the corner before St Mary's. He's gone back behind the Lister Jaguar Coupe. And now he's got Rob Huff for company up behind him. So Alesi, I think, is even starting to edge a bit closer to the leader. Gary Pearson, only 12 Goodwood wins to his name at the Revival, going for number 13. He will hand over number 23 E-Type that's running in 3rd place but pushing hard. He'll hand that over to Karen Shandor, who no doubt is hopping from foot to foot in pits with excitement.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. And fastest lap to Gary Pearson in car 23, behind the yellow Ferrari 275 safety car. I know not why.
I know not why. I can see no yellows between Fordwater and the exit of St Mary's. I'll get my bins on up at Lavant. Not at Lavant, sorry, it's Madgewick.
The orders that came from the end of the 7 laps was 4 Hart, 23 Pearson,
waved
17.
yellow at Madgewick.
Is it? It's Madgewick. Yep. Yeah, it's a block out of the chicane as well.
In fairness, that was probably waved yellow because of safety cars on the circuit. So
I think that
scrub
possibly is
what I said about Madgewick.
Yep. So Harris now up into 3rd place. Then Young, Caron, Puro. There's our start again. You can see he's half a length clear of the rest. We called it at the time that it looked a bit urgent, and it was. And this safety car, of course, is going to hamper the number 29. This penalty out of the safety car will drop it further and further and further back on colder tyres now. They've all got colder tyres now. Floors it up towards the... You can't overtake before the line, but it looks like several of them were trying. There were 4 abreast, and up the inside came Harris in the Lister. That was an opportunist move. 4 abreast at the restart. And here an attack on the lead. We had Harris look up the inside of David Hart there. Harris has Anthony Reid, total Goodwood hero and hot shoe, to take over from him. This is looking great.
Harris fancies it, going through the kink, carrying a little bit more speed. He doesn't have the accelerating power of the AC Cobra, but don't forget he's lighter for braking. Can he brake that a little bit later? Yes, he closes in, but this is where Gary Pearson always goes to pounce, and Harris goes through to the lead.
Harris inside then, and he grabs the lead from David Hart. That really was awesome, but he's got very wide. He's come out on the curbs, and David Hart's going to accelerate past him again, and he does so up onto the start straight. They've got the 250 LM going very slowly inside them, and everybody descending on him.
Well, just the dangerous moment to get cars coming out after driver changes, to drift with the driver trying to get up to speed, but I thought that Chris Harris was about to spin out of the chicane. Thank goodness he did.
That way, didn't it? But he caught it beautifully.
Now David Hart's got a little bit of a gap opening up. Well, huge in the standings this race. He's 4 car lengths clear, shocking. But Harris still holding on to 2nd place. I think Pearson is now thinking now's the time to ratchet it up. Maybe Harris has rattled himself with that.
Yeah, he wants to go. Pearson's going to put Karen Chandhok into that car. Only a couple of cars stopped. We've got Michael Scriver into the Joaquin Falk car now, number 21.
Ollie Gavin has taken over Mark Clubb's inside as well, in 20.
And John Young is doing a splendid job in the car that Tom Christensen will drive. John's been around a few decades now, but boy, can he still drive. And it's great to see Pearson and Young, they know each other very, very well from many years of combat on track. Again, the Lister looking pretty feisty. Danny's gone through again. He's done it again.
Do you think David Hart's great?
Possibly.
I just want to update my previous update to make it correct. It's Stefan Johansson, not John.
It is Johansson, is it? Okay. And David Hart a little bit wide coming out of sideways coming out of the chicane. He looks looking a bit urgent.
You can see the yellow helmet there. Tom Coronel saying, "Come, get out." The pits are still relatively clear. Out goes David Hart. In goes his fellow Dutchman. Squeezes his tall body down into there, doing the belts up, and they'll be going very quickly. That was the right lap to come in. He called it late, out of third place. So Tom Coronel going out in number 4. It'll take a handful of laps now for all this to shake out. Only just enough space to squeeze past another car with its door open. But leading the race at the moment, Chris Harris, number 17, from Gary Pearson.
And on the right there, in the white, that was that was the team chief of the DHG team. And away goes Anthony Reid.
Well, has that been a masterstroke for the Lister Jaguar Coupe team? Number 17, Anthony Reid, back on board. Turner was probably going to drive almost 40 minutes and just come in at that point, but I think his gun has been spiked, I'm afraid. Number 25, leading the race.
And that is something. That's Jochen Mass in the Ferrari short wheelbase, isn't it? Just going past. He's the first guy through. And the yellow Ferrari ducks off to the side. And Anthony Reid surely can't. Oh, they get stuck in behind the LM, and they blocked him. And it took a long time to get clear of that. In fact, he's still not clear of the MM with LM, which has got Romain Jumain in it, hasn't it now?
Yeah,
at this stage of the race.
I thought they were going to trade paint there. Concertina effect. Now Anthony Reid will be desperate to put the Lister Jaguar Coupe into the lead as they charge down to Ford Water.
Proving very obstinate, and
absolutely.
Anthony Reid is not going to risk the car.
Dumas, in fact, is starting to drop Anthony, or maybe Anthony's just letting him have a little bit of a gap. And now look at Ollie Bryant, just closed right up on Ludovic Caron. Sorry, not Caron. Caron handed over to Minassian. So there's the battle for third place. And Ollie Bryant certainly looks so he's got the legs. Looks to try and get down the inside. No, you can't if the door is closed in your face. So that battle for third place, there is Tom Coronel in the blue Cobra, and the black one and the red one fighting really hard. They've got the Joe Bamford ahead of them in that green Ferrari with the yellow nose and the BP colours. But just having a look, Ollie Bryant is not going to be given the outside line. He's looking to the inside, but then of course Nicolas Minassian wants the inside of the Ferraris, and he's getting up there. But I think under acceleration, it looks like a slightly better line from Ollie Bryant. Oh, did they touch? So the rain was forecast for about 4 o'clock. Some said too early on. Let's split the difference. It's about 3:15, and the rain is coming down. Anthony Reid, let's see what the gap is. It was 4.7 seconds last time around between he and Tom Coronel in the AC Cobra at number 4. Not yet crossed the finish line. Let's see, it should be any second now. I think it would have gone out to, I don't know, 6 or 7 seconds, nearly 8 seconds, 7.8 seconds. That's withstanding Anthony's little grassy run at Lavant.
Bryant lapping a couple of seconds quicker than Tom Coronel in 4, and that despite being held up by Minassian. Minassian's time gone out to the 52s. He's still in 4th place.
As messages go out to I know not to turn your rear lights on. The front ones are quite a good idea as well.
Apart from these conditions, of course, the Aston Martins are tending to show, or haven't tended to show over the years in the TT, so this would be a very good result for the 27 car. Carol Minassian down in 5th now, and behind them Karun Chandhok. A little monsoon for the Indian driver to face.
It's all right, he lives in Brackley, he understands what rain's all about.
Very much so.
Anthony Reid, the gap has actually come down between he and the second place car, but of course the second place car is number 23, goes glissading off at St Mary's into the edge of the field. Anthony Reid, let's see, he's starting another lap. He's going into Madgwick now, waiting for Bryant, Ollie Bryant in number 1 to cross the finish line. And look, the Aston Martin is almost right upon him. The gap between first and second out to 13 seconds. The gap between second and third down to 0.8. So Simon Hadfield, he's carrying the momentum. I don't know if there was a slip up here, the car got in the way, but certainly that was not a quick lap for Ollie Bryant.
Look at that, we've got Coronel still behind Dumas.
Yes, he's really been bottled.
And an attack, a change for second place as Simon Hadfield comes down towards Fordwater in the Aston Martin, the number 27 Project 212 Aston Martin, going past the Cobra.
What a fantastic performance.
Is the Cobra on 7 cylinders? I can't hear. There he is. And in the background you can see the Aston Martin.
That ain't 11 seconds.
No, it is not.
It's
5.9 seconds.
Race on,
57 to 51.
This will be a quite remarkable performance then. I mean, it's all hinged on safety cars and a bit of rain, but Simon Hadfield's done all the rest, hasn't he? He's got that car so well balanced that he can just drive it with such confidence. Anthony Reid looks far more hesitant. He may not be aware, though, of what's happening behind him. He probably thinks he's
up
safe
into
in the lead.
6th. Harbin up into 6th now in 24, ahead of 21 Scriver.
We could have a change of lead this lap. The corner before St Mary's is Anthony Reid going through it, and now through it, probably 2 seconds down. Anthony maybe just can't see a thing, but Simon Hadfield, running very wide and high, but that's often not a bad line on a wet corner. Simon Hadfield will get him coming down. It might be the first time that Anthony sees him as they come down towards Woodcote.
This is absolutely unbelievable, because over the years we've not had an Aston Martin at the top of the podium for the TT celebration. Of course, Aston Martin's won the TT in the World Sports Car years with Sir Stirling Moss, and getting the power down really nicely out of Lavin, coming right up onto the tail of Anthony Reid, who twitches through the kink. It's Simon Hadfield. They're running nose to tail now, 17 and 27. Hadfield has a look, but he's going to let discretion be the better part of valour, I suspect, down at Woodcote Corner. They're nose to tail into Woodcote in. The wipers aren't working on the second car. That's interesting. Or he's not using them. Doesn't want to spread any oil over the screen. But that's interesting. The leader stuck behind the Vincent Gay and Henri Pescarolo car. 4-time Le Mans winner Henri Pescarolo there. And they come along there side by side, coming past the pits and eating up the lead, going ahead with his wipers not working. Simon Hadfield goes ahead, but unbelievable. He goes through 33 laps, goes past Anthony Reid.
Well, he took 6 seconds out of him on that lap alone.
Unbelievable.
They're going to have this lap, complete this lap, and one more lap. Who knows? We may have a fight back, but Simon Hadfield, what a drive in that Aston Martin Project 212 into the lead of the race. Anthony Reid now, his standards up. Who knows how much he can see? He's going to have a look.
Oh, the Manassian car off the track.
Looking to see where. Oh, hold on. That's off before the corner before me. It's before the kink, before St Mary's.
What's happening with our lead battle? I'm looking down, craning my neck down towards... and there's a car gone off on the outside, and one car... There's Anthony Reid. He's spun at Woodcote. He's gone round. He's touched the tyre belting, but he's OK, and he's back going again.
Yeah, where's the Ollie Bryant car? That was actually stuck up still behind Dumas, but that's, that has handed the race completely. It was already won, in fairness, by Simon Hadfield. Looking in the background there.
He's come off again. He's gone off the track, coming out of the chicane. He's really struggling to see now. And on to the last lap of the race. Simon Hadfield through, and what's the gap back to the second place car? It's 11 seconds. 11 seconds.
Seldom's been a reverse. That's 22 second swap in the space of about 4 laps.
Absolutely. Bryant's in third place. He's 4.9 seconds behind, and resurgent Tom Coronel behind him in car number 4. He could yet get a podium out of this.
He certainly could. And look, Dumas is now attacking Ollie Bryant, no respecter of reputation or track position. He's trying to go past in the 250
and he has done.
Oh, good grief.
Well, no, he hasn't, because Ollie Bryant said no thank you.
It's getting brighter, says the ever optimistic Bruce Jones out at the back, but the track's still very wet indeed.
That's the Manassian car off on the outside of the kink.
Yeah, just before the corner.
Here's the spin that Anthony Reid had. He came in, got out over the grass. It went round so fast. And it just, with the front corner, kissed the belting on the exit of the corner. There it was, a light knock, and he was able to get going again.
Simon Hadfield, there he goes towards, may I suggest, Marcus, you may suggest otherwise, one of his biggest ever wins.
Well, absolutely. I mean, 212's finished in the top 6 before. But I'm looking down the order to see where the best position ever for an Aston Martin in this TT retrospective has been. And we have to go back a very long way by the looks of things. And it may even be going back to the very, very early days of the race. It was a fourth, I think. But 27, it's Simon Hatfield who splashes out of the chicane. What an incredible victory. The most amazing victory, the first Aston Martin victory in the history of the RAC TT Celebration retrospective here at the Goodwood Revival. Wolfgang Friedrichs will scarcely believe his eyes.
But who's going to be second, Marcus?
Who's going to be second? It's going to be the Lister of Anthony Reid and Chris Harris, who drove it beautifully in the early stages. And in third place, Ollie Bryant, right on the tail. He was a couple of seconds, in fact, behind. But Tom Coronel breathing down his neck, just 0.8 down in fourth place. What an amazing victory for a great old warhorse. I never thought we'd see an Aston Martin win this race, but well, there you go. There's expect the unexpected. It's motor racing, and look at that.
He's not going to stand on the bonnet, is he, and do the number one?
I don't know what he's going to do.
It's going to embarrass him later.
He's gone over to find his.
Anyone will do.
Anybody.